Right, should we get into some nerdy news?
Yes.
First and foremost, we got our first poster for Percy Jackson Season 2, which is coming this December.
Yes.
Won't
lie,
we really enjoyed Season 1.
Yeah, no.
We really enjoyed Season 1, but we've had such a good year since that came out that we've not had time to really remember the next one's coming, which is kind of fun. It's nice not to be intently waiting for something that we ask. Like, when it gets closer, we're going to be like, oh, yeah, it's going to be good. But right now, there's so much good stuff that we're not like, oh, I need another fix of Percy Jackson. So that's kind of cool. Next bit is not cool. In fact, in my notes, I literally have boo written. They are apparently working on a Rambo origin film. I don't know if we've ever discussed this. I fucking adore Rambo First Blood. I think it is a pretty damn close approximation to the perfect action film.
Fair, yeah. No,
we do not need an origin story.
No, we don't.
However, I am keenly aware earlier in the episode I said there's been a number of projects in recent years where we've gone, we don't need that, and then it's ended up being great. So I find myself in an awkward position. I'd rather be proved wrong than proved right in this situation.
Yes. I'm always wary of when suddenly, like, how many years is it since Rambo came out?
The first Rambo came out in what, the 90s?
Yes, I'd say it's like 20 plus years. To suddenly...
82. It's 40 years old.
Okay. So suddenly in 40 years later go, we're going to do an origin film for that film from 40 years ago. I'm a bit like, is this you just struggling to know what to do? Yeah, you want to use that IP because you think, oh, this is going to print money, but like, is this the right decision, sort of thing?
And like, let's be clear here. The film makes it very clear what his origin is. He fought in Vietnam.
Yeah, so we just...
He was an expert in guerrilla warfare fighting in Vietnam. Like, yeah. Like, what, you're just going to make some insane mission he did just to sell that he's a badass? You don't need to sell he's a badass. We saw him kill all them cops.
Yeah. Now we're going to get his childhood origin.
Apparently, they're working on a Gears of War film. Yay! Yes. At Netflix. Boo. But it's written by the man who wrote Dune. Yay! But it's at Netflix. Boo.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
Gears of War's a pretty compelling story.
It is.
Like, there is something there.
Yeah, there's a great story in Gears of War.
I'm going to call this a hot take. I don't think it's a hot take. No. I don't trust any film Netflix makes.
Oh, that's not.
They can make some good TV.
That's ice
cold. Like, don't get me wrong. There are some TV shows they make which are good, but they cancel them after one season.
Yeah.
I'm yet to see a genuine Netflix film end to end. Not a film they buy the distribution rights for. Like a genuine film that they've made that is good.
We've talked many a time about video games into shows. There's very few good examples.
And as we know from last week with Josh, there is even, 2 weeks ago, there's even fewer examples of good video games into films.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, my immediate reaction is, I worry that this ends up going the Halo way. Because Gears of War,
I would agree.
While not necessarily like as big of a game maybe as Last of Us in its fan base, because they haven't really released one in a while, but like there is hardcore fans for Gears of War that if you mess with that story, you're just gonna shoot yourself in the foot. So
absolutely.
I
couldn't agree more. We will cautiously wait for more news. It looks like VFX Unions are finally getting somewhere at Marvel, as they seem to have come to agreement over a deal that includes work limits and overtime pay and the benefits they were looking for. So it looks like we are finally getting somewhere with VFX artists getting the
respect,
the respect and the compensation that they deserve. It's not enough. I've not read the deal. It's still not enough. Give them more. I think for every dollar a film makes, Disney should only end up seeing 1 cent of it. I mean, the producer should only, because I understand art needs to make money to be like worthwhile for people with money, but they should accept that the ROI is teeny tiny because the actual ROI is creating something worth creating. But it was genuinely quite nice to see some positive news about VFX Unions getting somewhere.
Especially VFX around Marvel as well.
Yeah, that was a feels good man moment. I fucking love it when workers get what they deserve. Okay. That sounded really ominous in a good way. Workers' rights, not like they get what they deserve. DC and Warner Brothers are confident that they're getting the Batman 2 script any day now.
We heard that before.
I'm at a position with the Batman 2 where I'm treating it like a video game. I do not want to hear about it until it is ready and they're putting the first trailer out.
Fair.
I know it's going to take a while. I'm prepared to wait. I don't want to be reminded that I'm waiting every 6 months for the next 5 years.
It's fine, because in a couple of months we'll be fully distracted by Superman, so...
Yeah. I do genuinely believe this film is going to get made. I do genuinely believe this film is going to be brilliant. And I don't mean this in like a hate way. I don't want to hear about it until there's something to actually hear.
Yeah.
Because like with Cyberpunk...
Yeah.
We were hearing about it for like 7 years. Like 12 years before it came out. I don't need to be reminded about this thing that I don't get to play with yet for 5 years before it. Just remind me like a year, 6 months out so I can start getting excited. Other than that, you guys crack on and do your stuff. I will be ready and waiting when it's ready.
Well.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sequel has been delayed an entire year until September 2027. It's an animated project. They take time. Vector animators. Once again, we'll be patiently here waiting.
Yeah, I mean, it just gives them more time. We love
the first film was financial and critical success.
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is an IP that never dies. They've got a couple of shows they're releasing, which is only going to increase the profile with the now younger fan base. It's absolutely fine. Take your time. As we know with like Across the Spider-Verse, and I think them films are quite similar and they're quite out there, unique art styles. It takes time to get that stuff dialed in. Take your time. We're in no rush. This is genuinely harrowing news. The Hollywood Reporter has claimed in a report from Hollywood, is claiming that the Department of Homeland Security is considering creating a game show to allow immigrants to compete for US citizenship.
Can I get what is the Declaration of Independence for 500, please?
This is the most dystopian thing. Like, you're going to laugh so hard that I managed to make this about this. I'm excited for the Glenn Powell film coming out later this year by the director Edgar Wright. Yeah, The Running Man.
Yeah.
The concept of The Running Man is a prisoner has to run through this terrorizing death game show for his freedom. That is a 1980s dystopian sci-fi horror film concept. Man has to run and survive for freedom. We're not that far away from it with what the Department of Homeland Security is talking about here.
People, we joke that Cyberpunk will become reality, and every month we feel one step closer to it. Like, this is the sort of thing that would be in that, where it's like you're walking around Night City and there's something on a billboard where it's like, and this week's contestants for... It's wild. I mean, yeah. The idea
all I can hope is the human rights lawyers in America get on that shit so quickly. They're like, if you even try that, we will sue the government into so much debt that Trump will go bankrupt again.
Just like playing the fucking Price is Right for a green card.
Do you know what I mean? It's insanity. These are people. They should not be belittled to entertainment just because they want a better life.
Now,
for the love of God.
Game Changers episode.
If Sam Reich wants to do this, he gets a little bit more leeway. Fortnite.
Yes.
Has added its first interactable AI NPC.
Yeah.
Darth Vader using the AI voice recreation of James Earl Jones. This, I hate the idea, just to start, before we even know where this goes.
Yeah.
I dislike this.
Yeah, agreed.
Now, I understand James Earl Jones gave his family and Disney permission to use his voice for this exact thing for Darth Vader.
Yeah.
We need to understand James Earl Jones was a ailing 90-year-old man when he made these decisions. And there is countless, and I genuinely mean countless, cases of people that age being forced to sign things they don't really understand just so their family can continue to make money off them.
Yeah.
This has been happening for as long as entertainment has existed.
Mm-hmm.
That does not make me feel better about the situation, and people on the internet going, his family are okay with it, does nothing for me, because for all I know, his family enjoy kicking kittens. Like, just because they're his family doesn't make them good people. Yeah?
Yeah.
Like, this idea that family's best interest at heart is fucking crazy. Then it gets even worse when the AI was being easily manipulated to swear and say racial slurs and bigoted things.
Do you know what makes that? Not that this is a funny situation that it does that, but there's just a situation that people have managed to work out how to make that happen. After, when they launched this, they made it very clear that you won't be able to make Vader say "kill the younglings," or do like there was certain phrases that they'd already outlined that were like Star Wars related. That he won't be able to say these things, completely forgetting that the internet goes, yeah, we don't care. We're gonna make it say slurs. Like, I don't know what they expected.
AI is dog shit. I hate it. Generative AI sucks ass. But this move is something that I'm assuming we both support massively. The internet doesn't like, and they're fucking morons, and I will explain why. SAG-AFTRA have sued Fortnite over this.
Yes.
Now, people are a bit confused. They think that SAG feel like they have some right to James Earl Jones's voice and that they had to get permission to use it. That is not the case at all, you fucking morons. It is very simple. In the past, in other video games, voice actors have been hired to do a impression take on Darth Vader because James Earl Jones didn't do the work while he was still alive and available.
Yeah.
By doing that, they created a expectation that other people could voice Darth Vader in video games. By creating that expectation in the past and then circumventing it in this situation, they have broken the collective bargaining agreement that they entered into with SAG-AFTRA to become a union-supported voice actors company, right?
Yeah.
So, to get access to SAG-AFTRA workers, you agree to their rules, which is what all these strikes are about over the last few years, and this has always been the case. So if me and Hori wanted to make a fucking animated show, and we wanted professional voice actors to do it, we could go to a union. I don't think it'd be SAG-AFTRA for us because we're British. There will be a British union, but we could go to SAG-AFTRA. We would have to agree to their rules around their working practices and the rate we pay for different things and stuff like that to basically be allowed for union actors to come work for us. Fortnite have agreed to this for whatever reason at a different time, and now they've broken them rules. It is that fucking simple. Don't act like this is SAG-AFTRA acting like they have more power than they do. This is SAG-AFTRA going, you entered into a contract with us. You have broken that contract. We have to protect our union members. Otherwise, we as a union are pointless. This is what unions are supposed to do. This is a W action from SAG-AFTRA of having the balls to go after such a large and rich company.
Yeah, and it's the whole...
It's important to make a stand against this stuff.
It's the whole thing around it is AI voicing. Like, they have no issue with the fact that James Earl Jones estate, whatever, have agreed to this. That's fine. Sure. Their problem is, this is a bigger issue in general that Epic is opening the door to by going this route of doing AI-generated voices. Like you said, because they've agreed into these things with SAG-AFTRA, and because SAG-AFTRA has recently been fighting about AI voice stuff, and it's like, this is directly going against what they've been trying to protect. And they see that as a threat to that, so they're making a point.
I'm telling you right now, a bad voice actor off a $5, the worst one you can find, doing a Darth Vader impression, I will enjoy more than generative AI.
Well, you know what? Epic, I can only tell you, Epic's reasoning is going to be, well, we wanted this to be able to fluidly respond to whatever the players wanted, and like that's just too impossible to do with a voice actor to record every possible output. And it's like, just don't do it that way. It's already caused you problems. Like, there's a reason people stopped putting logo creators in games because gamers can't be trusted.
I believe there are rumours that the family have taken legal action already to sue Fortnite because they promised them this couldn't happen, and it has happened. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't trust this family based on the actions they've already made. They might just be suing because they think they can get even more money now.
Probably.
But they do have a legal leg to stand on if they were promised this couldn't happen. Dog shit. Fuck AI. So shit. Back to better news now. Eric Kripke has said that no one is safe as we enter the final season of The Boys.
I don't think that's a surprise.
Good. I'd be willing to bet the only person who's safe is Huey. I know he says no one is safe, but I think Huey's safe. Other than that, I genuinely think everyone's in trouble. But maybe they go the whole 9 yards, Rogue One it, and just kill everyone. Kind of fire. We got a trailer for The Bear season 4. The most ominous clock ever being installed into your workplace. Imagine that. It's like, this clock correlates to the amount of money in the company bank account. If that hits 0, you all lose your jobs.
I mean, it's the sort of thing that I fully expect to add pressure in that sort of a kitchen environment that they have in The Bear. Like that Michelin star restaurant, like that idea of like needing that pressure to keep everyone. I want to see if they have a good night, does the number go up slightly? Like, are we going to see them being like, oh, we've topped it up, we've got another week's worth of time?
You know what's going to happen, don't you? We're going to get a 35-minute one-er where there is 35 minutes left on the clock and they have to make enough money on the night to stay open another day.
Yeah. There is going to be that of like, it's going to be a big part of it.
This is probably a catchphrase at this point. I try and be optimistic. This, based on modern TV, is this show getting to a point where I worry the quality cannot be maintained, right?
I think it's fine.
And don't get me wrong, I believe that this show is going to prove me wrong. But if you look at a lot of shows over the last 10 years, the first 3 seasons can be genuinely generational, and then they kind of run out of ideas, and instead of going, let's stop here, they keep going. Now, the speed at which they're going makes me think they're brimming with ideas. But not all ideas are created equal. I hope that we don't see a dip in quality. In fact, if this manages to stay at the quality of season 3 or somehow improve upon it, I'll genuinely be the first to admit it.
I genuinely
But even a little dip in quality is a little bit of a
I genuinely think this is going to top last season. From the trailer, and there is very clearly going to be a deeper story around kitchen family and how actually important that found family is, and clearly is going to be a big part of this, and them like coming together to overcome this challenge of like they're running out of money sort of thing. Like that deeper story of like an recognition to the kitchen world and kitchen, like, which they've done every season. Like there's so many things that have paid respect to the actual chefs of the world and that lifestyle. I think it's going to hit some storylines that are just better than last season.
If you had to give a prediction to maintain the best quality that this show can be, to be the Breaking Bad where you go every season is fire, how many seasons do you think they need to do? When do they need to get out by?
I could see 5 or 6.
I'm being a little bit less optimistic than you. I'm saying 5. I think we get season 4. Season 5 needs to wrap it up if it wants to leave as an all-timer. If they go to 6, I think it falls down the pecking order. Once again, if they end up going to 7 and I'm like, holy shit, they don't miss, I will, you know me, I'll happily go, fuck it, I was wrong. They knew what they were doing, fair play. I will be amazed if they can get to 6 seasons without a dip in quality.
I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, this season, they figure out what the issue is. They manage to stay afloat. Season 5, restaurant gets to a good place. Bear gets to have, like, his happy moment.
A day off.
Gets to, like, I don't know, maybe he gets back with Claire or whatever. Like, he has his, like, little happy storyline or whatever. Everyone has sort of, like, restaurant's doing good. Now our lives can start doing good. Season 6 is, like, everything gets to that place that they wanted to reach, and that's how they end it, with everyone is like where they needed to be, sort of thing.
excited. I know you're very excited as well. It comes out, is it July or is it June?
I want to say June, but I could be wrong.
I really hope it isn't. June's busy enough. Yeah, June 25th.
I did think
all
it was
10
like...
episodes come out on Wednesday, June 25th. That is not all going to be watched by the next Wednesday. I promise you that now, because I have to watch it with Jenna. So you can hold that.
I probably will watch it.
Hey, you've got a full-time job now, buddy. Binging 10 hours of TV ain't too easy, no more.
I will take time off for the bear.
And our final bit of news for the week, Reacher season 4 was caught filming at Wrigley Park in the middle of an MLB game, which is kind of cool. Neagley was there alongside Reacher.
Yeah.
Very, very cool to know that it's being worked on actively. Love it, love it, love it.
I just want to know the context of how they end up at
I like the idea of that being the intro shot. Like, he's gone to visit Neagley and she's dragged him along to an event so that he can't disappear after 20 minutes. But I imagine there's going to be some fights going on around Wrigley Park as they're trying to hunt someone down or something, which is also pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait for another season of Reacher, but obviously it's a while away yet.
Yeah, we've got a bit of time to wait, sadly.